Hello, everybody. It's me, Eli, and I am doing my 2 week on tea vlog update. This past week, I have been mainly dealing with mild headaches and working to combat those by staying really hydrated and eating more food than I really feel like I need. I have been using this lovely gallon jug, which I just keep refilling from my sink every day. I fill it in the morning, and then anytime I fill my water bottle or put water in a smoothie, anything like that, I just pour it from that gallon. So throughout the day, I kind of watch the water go down. I'm mostly drinking from like this water bottle, which I drink several of every day. And even though I'm not thirsty, I am drinking the water regularly through the day, and I do feel like it helps. I also feel like eating more food is helping, even though I'm not feeling like I haven't felt an increase in my hunger in the last 2 weeks since I started tea. I just have these headaches, and I'm suspicious that it's hydration and blood sugar. So I did have a great day where I didn't have the headache, and either the day before or the day of, I was definitely doing a really good job of fueling properly. So we'll keep seeing how that goes. I hope it kind of, is part of my body just adjusting to tea too. So uh, the voice drop that I had initially did come back up slightly because I was definitely sick. So if you've watched any of my other videos, my voice dropped and got a little gravelly really fast, and I was kind of shocked. But it has since come back up slightly. I do think I might try one of those apps that you can see like the pitch of your voice. I didn't do it pre-tea. I did take a voice clip, but I didn't do that. But I might download that today and just start recording it because that's fun. I love numbers. So um, I have felt really good on my runs. I run almost every day, now more than 4 miles. But I felt stronger and felt like I could run like a little bit faster without straining myself. So that's been kind of cool. I also lift weights 3 days a week. And because of this, I do feel like I've been my normal amount of tired, if not even a little bit more tired. Um, and I'm not concerned about that at the moment because of how much I exercise, which in the grand scheme of how much I've exercised in my whole life is nothing. But for me right now, where I'm at, it's a decent little chunk. Definitely gets my heart rate up every day. And because my body like might be building more muscle or whatever, I find that fatiguing feeling is okay. If I need to like lay down or take a nap, it's definitely not debilitating where I don't feel like I can function. Um, so it just is what it is, and we'll see if it improves or changes at all as I continue this process. Another thing I've noticed is my head definitely feels calm. When I don't have the headache, I feel so good, so happy, and like at peace. My head has been this like crazy space of like so much noise, so much um, like I can focus. I don't have trouble focusing, but I'm multitasking a lot. I have just like thoughts constantly. Like I just can't quiet my mind. And people, the things of like practicing meditation. Like I have done self work and doing things like sitting still for 10 minutes and just listening to my thoughts is something. It's the most uncomfortable thing. It's horrible. I would much rather do like exercise and not listen to any music while I do that and kind of let my mind kind of run free and get some of that noise out that way. Anyways, the other thing I've noticed with my head is that I just feel calmer emotionally. I have a young child, and that's hard. Parenting is hard. I don't get a ton of sleep. Or I should say I don't get the deepest sleep. I'm always wondering, like, is he going to wake up in the middle of the night? He is a very, very early riser. And, sometimes I'll just wake up and he'll be standing next to my side of the bed, just looking down at me. And it's like, whoa, like, what do you need, dude? And of course, he needs something. So, anyways, I think other parents could resonate with the fact that once you have a kid, you don't sleep as deeply as you used to. Also, your patience is tested frequently. So, anger can be triggered more often than for folks who aren't dealing with a young child. And this week, I've noticed when I feel that anger spike, I'm much more aware of what it is. I can, instead of lashing out in like a more nasty or aggressive way that I wish I wouldn't, verbally, like that I have to apologize for being like the grumpy one or whatever, I'm just able to kind of stay more neutral. It doesn't mean I'm joyous in that moment, but I can definitely hold it together better. And also, there have been a few moments when I've kind of felt emotionally triggered by like a movie we were watching that in the past I might have like teared up a little bit because it was like not sad, but like one of those like, oh, like this just makes me feel a big feeling and like I'm feeling teary and I love it so much. And I am like recognizing those moments, but not having the teariness. And there's nothing wrong with crying. There's nothing wrong with being teary. I don't have problems with those things. However, I do like to be in control of my emotions. So when that happens kind of just against my will or just out of the blue, it's somewhat annoying when it's me being like, oh, this is that moment. And I can choose whether or not I kind of want to let it out. That feels a lot better to me. So I'm really interested to see how that continues, if it continues. Yeah. My libido went up the first week a little bit, but then it has since kind of gone down and kind of down lower than where it was before I went on T. I've had a pretty high libido, which has been not always the easiest thing to manage. And I was actually pretty nervous starting T. Like, oh my gosh, I like the last thing I need is for this to get more intense. I also don't want it to go away. So I'm curious to see if that's just my body adjusting or what the deal there is with that. It could also be that I've been sick and, not feeling my best. Like if you have a headache all day, you're not usually feeling like your sexiest self. So anyway, I'm just keeping tabs on that one. The other thing I have not noticed any new body hair, and I have not noticed any more bottom growth from the small amount that I had the initial week. So that is my detailed report on things I have been feeling in week 2 of being on T. For those who don't know, I have Monogel daily gel, and it's I do 50 milligrams and it's a 1% gel, if that means anything to you. So it's a pretty standard dose. It's definitely not microdosing. It's also not like an insanely high dose, I don't think. So anyway, I'll definitely be doing some more vlogs in the meantime before week number 3 update, but thanks so much for watching.